celebration, Leela Maret, she is the chapter president now. And our distinguished guest professor, P.J.Kurian sir, the former deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. And now also we have a lot of IOC officials here. I would like to introduce Mohinder Ji, the pillar of the commerce within the United States. Haban Singh, General Secretary of the Indian Overseas Congress, and George Abraham is the founder of the IOC Kerala chapter. We know that a lot of IOC leaders here. Let's continue to work together. Here is the US within India to bring continuous success for the Commerce Party. ഞാൻ ലെക്ചറിലേക്ക് കടക്കുകയാണ്. മീറ്റിംഗ് ഓഫീസിൽ ആരംഭിക്കുകയാണ്. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് നാഷണൽ ആന്തം അപ്പോൾ സിതാര ചെറിയാൻ പ്ലീസ് കം ടു സ്റ്റേജ് ദ നാഷണൽ ആന്തം യുഎസ് ആൻഡ്
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravid, Uttal, Ganga, Vindhya, Himachala, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchala, Jalati, Taranga, Tava Shubha Naame Jage, Tava Shubha आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय
The next item is a prayer song by Amu Chanay. Amu Chanay is here.
Namaskar. Respected senior most leader from India, Congress leader from India, our chief guest, Kurian ji, Mohinder Singh ji, Arbachan ji, IOC Vice Chairman, George Abraham, leaders like T.S. Chacko, Volker Gapurli, Thomas Tiemann, Council, Devdas Nair, Matthews, Dr. Eno, former leader Ms. Jones, there is most of the people here are leaders.
Leela Maret.
Oh, I'm sorry, the president of, extremely sorry, president of
We are here because of her.
IOC leader. She arranged the first Kerala chapter meeting like this. Congratulations, and she's the president of the IOC chapter here. First of all, as Keralites, we all are proud. We just faced an election and we got, out of 20, we got 19 MPs with standing majority. And I'm sick, I had surgery, but I was lucky enough to work in Malappuram district as the UDF vice chairman of the election committee, and I worked 3 constituencies for our respected Rahul ji. Thank God we got very good support and votes for Rahul ji and other leaders like in my area, Mr. Murali, Mr. Raghavan, and in Palakkad and Dr. Palam, Mr. Binaligutti, E.T. Mohammed Bashir. I worked all these areas and we got thumping majority. People supported us. People supported UDF. Unfortunately, national-wise, we didn't get that much of field support, lack of some field work. Anyway, this is now we are the opposition. I told you I'm sick, but this is the time for each and every person, for the democracy we have to work. That is why we all are here. So, as a part of the IOC Kerala chapter, we will work hard. Again, we'll continue the works. ഞാനിവിടെ ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. ഇവിടെ ധാരാളം മഹൽ വ്യക്തികൾ, സുഹൃത്തുക്കളുണ്ട്, പത്രമാധ്യമ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളടക്കം, അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ ജോസ് തെക്കേടം, ഒത്തിരി പേര്, സോറി ഞാൻ പേര് വിട്ടുപോയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ anyway, my duty is just welcome you all. And today our main function is the official inauguration of the News Kerala chapter led by Leela Maret. And our chief guest is our beloved, our respected leader, P.J.Kurian ji. So we are lucky enough to have such a leader for this grand occasion. I welcome all of you. If I missed any of the name, please excuse me because you know my condition. I'm sorry for that. So welcome all of you again and again. We will work hard. We will have a good teamwork for Kerala chapter along with the Mohinder Singh ji for the national committee, along with the Mohinder Singh ji and George Abraham. We will work. We will continue our work. Thank you very much for coming, all of you. Thank you once again. Thank you. Jai Hind. Saji Abraham, he came all the way from Florida. Saji Kurian, he came all the way from Florida. I missed a lot of names. I'm sorry for that.
Respected Chief Guest, our ex-MP and Deputy Chairman, former Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Honorable P.J.Kurian, Consul of Indian Consulate, Mr. Devdasan Nair, President of IOC, Mohinder Singh, Vice Chairman of IOC, George Abraham, Secretary of IOC, Harbachan Singh, former Secretary Jose Abraham, Senior Congress Leader T.S. Chako, Fokana Leader Paul Kargapalli, all the community leaders and my dear friends. Today we have gathered here to celebrate, first of all, the victory of Kerala in the last Lok Sabha election. We won 19 out of 20 seats, So this is a proud moment for us. We have to celebrate and we can be a role model to other states. We don't have to be discouraged. We have to move forward. We will have a leader. We will be having a leader, and Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi will lead us. And we have to move, and the next 5 years, we have to build up Congress. And the Congress have to come back in the next parliament election. We all have to work in the grassroots level and give suggestion and strategy to the AICC leadership as IOC. We have a responsibility that India should have a democratic leadership and secularism should prevail in India. So we all have to work hard to achieve that goal in the next 5 years. And I am so glad and humbled that I am appointed as the President of the Kerala chapter in the national level. As I have the roots of Congress and I have that in my blood from my childhood, I am so glad to take this position and to grow IOC to my level best in whichever capacity I can in the whole USA and Canada. I like to thank each one of you who have come here this Friday evening in spite of your busy schedule. And I like to specially thank the Consul Devdasan Nair. He is going to leave in a month from the Indian Consulate. He was very helpful to our community and we will miss him a lot. Thank you, Devdasan Nair, for all the services, and we appreciate all the help you have done to us and your community and our community. If I speak about our guest, P.J.Kurian sir, he is our family friend, and when he came in the first time in USA, he always says, he stayed in my father-in-law's house for a week, and he was a great leader, and he won the parliament election in the last 7 times, and he was a strong leader of Congress, and we wish you all success in the future, in the Congress leadership. I like to thank whoever came from long distance, especially Dr. Eno Kuruvat and Aisha. They came all the way from Hudson, Albany, because of the love for Congress is so much. Whenever I put something in the Facebook, he always write, oh, I wish I would have been there. I wish I would have been there. So, Congress, thank you, Dr. Eno and Aisha. Then I like to thank Saji Kadipino. He is a strong G gave me the letter.
Leela Maret for that wonderful message, and I would like to invite our other chief guest, Honorable Counsel for the Community Affairs, Sri Devdas Nair. The guest, yes, please come.
So good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Welcome to New York, and of course, it's a home away from home for you. You have all your best of friends as well as close people out here. And in the meanwhile, I never thought that I will be near. I will be asked to speak, but then I would like to congratulate Ms. Lee. Oh, so wonderful. She is one of the sweetest ladies I have met out here, I'm telling you. Ms. Leela Maret is one person who has been very supportive to the consulate, and we are very happy that she has this position in the party, as well as I came because of you, madam. Just to congratulate you, I came. So, thank you everyone. And fortunately, I am seeing that most of the people out here, sir, I'm proud to say that most of the people out here, I can recognize them by face. They know me, and that's the best part. I'm so proud of that, actually. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mrs. Leela Maret. And thank you, George Abdan, sir, for calling Gilzia ji. मैंने आपको फिर सबने के साथ बुलाया, मैंने मोहिंदर सिंह गिलजिया बुलाया पूरा, और हरभजन जी.
There's more men and less ladies. And today we are lucky. I'm saying 40-60. And our chairman, Leela ji, our chairman Sam would always ask me whenever we have function, he'll say, "Where's the woman?" So we have only 3 or 4. So today, Saji, we are 40-60. I'm really thankful to Leela ji.
This is Kerala.
But I know that. Respected P.J.Kurian ji, our Saji, and I want to meet him, and he say, okay, come at my office in Rajya Sabha. I went, and then that time my brother want to come minister. So I told sir, I need your help. And within few minutes, he called Ghulam Nabi Azad ji. So you remember? He called Ghulam Nabi Azad ji, and he came after a few minutes, and we spent good time. And then secondly, George, me and my brother MLA went his home. I remember those pakoras also. Especially, he treated us very special. And he called, I don't want to hide, he called openly to our in charge of Punjab, what's the name? Asha Kumari. He called right away, and he commended my brother's name very highly. My brother become minister or not, but in his side, we are minister. Sanji, I'm telling you one thing. If we have leader like you, we cannot lose this election. We cannot lose this election. I spoke to my chairman, Mr. Sabaduda, this morning. Our ex-president, George Abraham ji, I never say vice chairman. And people say to George, vice chairman is not good idea. He is the founder of Indian Overseas Congress. He is the one who bring me in this family. He is the one who bring me in this family. And he is my brother. We are friends and brothers. I trust him, my blind eyes. So if I get a lot of respect from your state. I'm full of love from Kerala.
Mr. George is sitting here, Leela Maret is here, Thomas T. Umman's here, and I went to very special. I went to for a special therapy in Kerala. What's the name of your city, Mr. Risi? Kotakal. And I went to there a few times, and Mr. Nasir treated me very well there. I went to your home, so I get a lot of love from Kerala community. So I think well-educated people. This is the reason. This is the reason from Kerala, well-educated people. So the point is, I spoke to Mr. Sam this morning, 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and we discussed A to Z, what we can do, what we in coming days, how can we survive, how can we, what we can do in 2024. The second time in a row we lost. We are not in even the position of opposition leader. We are not in the position of opposition leader. And we are so lucky. We won 19 seats out of 20 from Kerala. What a kind of leadership we have in another state. And number 2 is Punjab. Number 2 is Punjab. We won 8 out of 13. And everywhere is I spent few weeks in this election, a few weeks in all over India, and I don't see BJP wave. We don't understand what's happened. I can say openly, but we don't understand what happened. There's no wave. First time there 100%. In 2014 there's a wave of BJP because 10 years we did a lot, but we cannot propaganda. So we understand in 2014, but 2019 we don't understand what happened with us. How can we survive? This is the solution. We need a guideline, sir. We need a guideline from you. Our beloved leader, young Shri Rahul Gandhi ji. So he took responsibility and he resigned from his presidency. And nobody else, not even a single person resigned when our beloved leader, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, resigned from his presidency. No one else resigned. What's the reason? But everybody have to take some responsibility. Nobody does. So we have to find a solution. And if we don't find a solution, and our nation is in bad shape, our party is in bad shape. You are senior. I remember when last time we did function for you in the World Fair of Marina, Georgie. Before that, I think 2015 or 16, I don't remember exact date. We have a very good function. At that time, Punjab election is on the way. And that time, our state president is Pratap Singh Bajwa, and we humbly request to Saji. So if we don't make state president Captain Amrinder Singh, there is no way we can win Punjab election. So he convey, Mr. P.J.Kurian ji, convey our message to Sonia ji. That time, Sonia ji was president and Rahul Gandhi was vice president. Saji convey our message, and we make a history in Punjab. We won 77 seats out of 113 seats. So we need a grassroots leaders. We need a leader who people like it. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. If 2017 March we have election in Punjab, if Pratap Bajwa was there, we will be zero. We will be zero. We win because of Captain Amrinder Singh as a grassroots. People love him. People like him. So we need a leader in every single state. We need a leader in every state like Captain Amrinder Singh. We want to build a team like we need one captain in every state. If Delhi control everything, there's no way we can survive. If Delhi want to control everything, there's no way we can survive. We We not a 3 group, not a 4 group. I can give you an example. In Haryana, we have 6 groups. 6 groups. There is a 10 parliament seat. We won 0 because of the groupism. In Delhi, we have 3 groups. We won 0. So yesterday, our Prime Minister Modi say, "What are you talking about? You lost in 17 states." He said openly in Parliament. He said, "You lost 17 states." So he's right. So we have to find a solution, Sati. So we can give you some ideas. Not in stage, but we, under our leadership of our John Abraham and our Secretary General Ramanjan ji and all senior leaders, we can write some ideas and give to you and give to Rahul ji and senior teams. If this works, one more thing I want to say, 90% of our leadership in Delhi, they are sitting for tag. They need a tag. I'm the General Secretary, I'm the Secretary, I'm the Vice President, but they don't want to work. And same is happening in the USA, in the Indian Overseas Congress. Everybody is looking for tag, they don't want to work. If we don't work, how can we survive? So we have to find a solution. So Saji, I really appreciate you came from your busy schedule. You did a lot for country. You did a lot for our Congress party. I think, if I'm not wrong, you serve Congress party as a 5 decade in different position, and you're clean. So we need a more P.J. Kurian in all over India. We need a more P.J. Kurian, and we need a more Sam Badodas. We need a more Rahul Gandhi. Then we will be winner in 2024. There's no way. Nobody can stop us. BJP is business people. They are business. They are not. They don't love. They don't love country. RSS, Hindu, Vishwa Hindu Parishad. What they did? What they did for when we get freedom? What they did for country? Nothing. Congress party who bring the freedom. Our first Prime Minister of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, name it.
Harbhajan Singh, our strongest, great leader. Harbhajan Singh, the General Secretary of Indian Overseas Congress. Secretary General.
Extend a very warm welcome to our honorable guest, Mr. P.J.Kurian ji, our consul from the New York Consul General's office, and all the various leaders of the Indian Overseas Congress and distinguished guests. Today is a very special day, very important day, very auspicious day. We are very lucky that we are having 2 functions, 2 reasons to be celebrating today. Leela Maret has just been inaugurated as the president of the Kerala chapter. We want to congratulate her, and please give her a warm welcome and thank you. At the same time, we want to thank Thomas T. Umanji, Mr. Jayachandranji. He's not in here, but these are the people, the founders, the pillars, and many of other leaders I see around the tables, who have held the community together, held the IOC together in times of hardships and times of need. We have all the time collected together ourselves and faced the times. Indian Parliament results were not as we had expected. India is at crossroads of history. We didn't expect these results, but there was already a trend telling us that something is not normal in these days. It is not status quo. look at the elections that are going on all over the world. United States, for example, it's not the same. For example, in New York itself, we had Joe Crowley, who had been a congressman for so long, a young girl, ran against him and toppled him. We are also facing another result, which is still not been declared yet, of the borough president of Queens, who has been a very seasoned Congress politician, and she also has been challenged by a 31-year-old girl, and the results are being challenged, and this 31-year-old girl has an advantage of 1,100 votes more than the Melinda Gates. So this is a trend. This is a new trend is going on in all over the world. We cannot continue to do same people doing the same thing and expect different results all the time. If we do the same thing, same people, same thing, same way, the result is going to be the same. We have to change. People and groups, there has to be a reshuffle. We like it or not. There has to be a strategy. There has to be creativity. And creativity must come from everyone. All of you, all of us. We have to contribute. We have to face the new world. We have to think and participate in the new fashion. We have to use the social media. It's the day of social media. They have taken over. We have to face and challenge them. We have to do this thing. If we continue to do the same thing, the same old way, and expect different results, that will be unfortunate. We cannot. We should not. So we have a lot of work to do. And please, working hard is one thing, but we have to be creative. We have to be with the times, and we have to do that together, and we have to communicate with New Delhi, and we have a prominent leader in Sampetroda who will help us. Now, may I say a few words about our Mr. Honorable P.J. Kurian. Mr. P.J. Kurian has been the Deputy Chairman of the Raj Sabha for so many years. This is one of the hardest jobs in the whole world. It's not an easy thing to tell people to keep silent and sit down and maintain all the prima donnas in such a Raj Sabha, to control them. It's not an easy job. And you have to keep your calm. And this is the hardest thing to do. You have to control without losing your temper. And that's our Professor P.J. Kurian. The star, our pride of India. He has not only brought up the name of Kerala, but brought up the name of whole of India. We are so proud of him. And we appeal to him now that he has retired. Please keep on advising us. Keep on telling us where we are wrong and what we should do. We need you. Keep on telling the state of Kerala. Keep on telling New Delhi. Please guide them. We need you. This is the most important time. So let me stop here. Thank you very much, and welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Let me talk in Malayalam. ഞാൻ കേരള ചാപ്റ്ററിന്റെ ലീല മാരട്ടിനെ അനുമോദിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ് ഇവിടെ വന്നു നിന്നത്. ഇലക്ഷൻ സമയത്ത് ഞാൻ നാട്ടിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ 16-ാമത്തെ വയസ്സിൽ കോൺഗ്രസിൽ ചേർന്നതാണ്. 16-ാമത്തെ വയസ്സിൽ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് യൂണിയനിൽ കൂടെ അന്ന് പിക്കറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനും ട്രഷറി ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിനെതിരായിട്ട് അന്ന് കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റ് ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിനെതിരായി പോയി ജയിലിലൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര വിമോചനത്തിൽ പങ്കെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ വന്ന് നാട്ടിലിവിടെയും കോൺഗ്രസിന് വേണ്ടി ധാരാളം പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കേരളത്തിലെ സർവ മന്ത്രിമാരെ കേരളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ ചേർന്ന് അവിടെ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ അടുത്ത സമയത്തൊക്കെ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഇന്ദിരാഭവനിൽ പോയി. ഞങ്ങൾ 2-3 ആളുകൾ ഇന്ദിരാഭവനിൽ പോയപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ഗ്രൂപ്പിസമാണ്, ഭയങ്കര ഗ്രൂപ്പിസം. ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ കണ്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ അമേരിക്കയിൽ നിന്ന് വന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ അയ്യന്നോത്തി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആർക്കാണ് അയ്യന്നോത്തി? വേറെ പണിയൊന്നുമില്ല. അയ്യന്നോത്തി ആരായത്? ഒടുവിൽ എനിക്ക് ദേഷ്യം വന്നിട്ട് ഞാൻ േഖാനോട് വരെ തർക്കിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ഞാൻ പറയാം, എന്നെ പോലും ഞാനും 1 മാസം ശമ്പളം ഇതിന് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ട ഗതികളുണ്ടായി. സുധീരൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അടുത്തവരാണ്. പുള്ളി കോൺഗ്രസിനെ ഈ നിലയിൽ നശിപ്പിച്ചതിൽ ഒരാളാണ്. നേരെ നോക്കി മുഖത്ത് നോക്കി പറഞ്ഞു, താനാണ്. ഇവിടുത്തെ പത്രങ്ങളിലെല്ലാം വന്നു, എന്തുവാ സുധീരനാണ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കോൺഗ്രസ് പാർട്ടിയെ വെട്ടിലാക്കിയ നേതാവ്. ആദ്യമില്ലാത്ത പല കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഈ പ്രാവശ്യം അവരുടെ ഒന്നും രക്ഷപ്പെട്ടൊന്നും അല്ല. ചില പ്രത്യേക സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ അവിടെ 20 പേര് 19 പേര് ജയിച്ചു. 20 പേര് അത് അവിടെ നിൽക്കക്കളി ഇല്ലാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് ജനങ്ങൾ അങ്ങനെ വോട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ജയിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഇനിയുള്ളത് ഇതിനെ പിടിച്ചെടുക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? മറ്റു പല സ്റ്റേറ്റില് തറ പറ്റി. ഞാൻ പണ്ട് നമ്മളിവിടെ ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. സോണിയാഗാന്ധി അമേരിക്ക വന്നപ്പോൾ ഏതാനും ആളുകളെ വിസിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ഞങ്ങൾ 3-4 പേരെ മാത്രമേ അകത്ത് കയറ്റി സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ഇവിടുത്തെ എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുമുണ്ട്, കൂടാതെ വോട്ടായും എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു കാര്യം, ഇന്ത്യ ദേശീയ എല്ലാമായിട്ട് കാണാനായിട്ട് വളരെ ചുരുക്കം ആളുകളേ ഉള്ളൂ. അങ്ങോട്ട് ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ ആന്ധ്രാപ്രദേശ്, പഞ്ചാബ്, അതിനകത്ത് അവരവരെല്ലാം അവരവരുടെ ലക്ഷ്യം. കേരളത്തിനെ രക്ഷിക്കാനായിട്ട് ആരുമില്ല, ഒന്നും ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ 25 വർഷമായിട്ട് എയർ ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഒരു സർവീസ് അമേരിക്കയിൽ നിന്ന് കേരളത്തിലേക്ക് പോകണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് അനേകം മന്ത്രിമാർക്ക് കോൺഗ്രസ് ഭരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതിനെ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. പ്രവാസി മന്ത്രി, ഏവിയേഷൻ മന്ത്രിയായിരുന്നു, കൊടുത്തു. ഒരു യുദ്ധം ചെയ്തില്ല, ഒരു വാരം ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. A.K. ആന്റണി ഡിഫൻസ് മിനിസ്റ്റർ ആയിരുന്നു, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കോപ്പി വെച്ചു, ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. ഇപ്പോഴും എയർ ഇന്ത്യ പോയി ഞാൻ ഈ 2 മാസം വന്നേ, അന്നത്തേനേക്കാൾ കഷ്ടമായിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഡൽഹിക്ക് പോകേണ്ടി ഞാൻ നെടുമ്പാശ്ശേരി ചെന്നപ്പോൾ എന്നെ ബോംബെക്ക് വിട്ടു. 2 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ പറ്റി. പണ്ടൊന്നും അങ്ങനെ പറ്റി. ഞാൻ ബോംബെ പോയി കിടന്നു. ഞാൻ കുര്യന്താറിനോടുള്ള പ്രത്യേകത എനിക്കതാണ്. കുര്യന്താറോട് ഇരിക്കുന്ന കുര്യന്താറിനെ ഞാൻ വിമർശിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്നും നിങ്ങൾ രാവിലെ വെണ്ണിക്കുളത്ത് ചെല്ലണം. സ്ഥാനമുണ്ടോ പൊസിഷനുണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ളതല്ല, മന്ത്രിയാണോ ഇല്ലോ. രാവിലെ 4 പേര് 4 സ്റ്റാഫ് അവിടെ കാണും. രാത്രി ഒരു 12 വരെ ഒരുപാട് ആളുകൾ അവിടെ വന്നിരിക്കുക പ്രശ്നമായിട്ട്. എല്ലാം അതാത് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു മഹത് വ്യക്തിയാണ് സാറ്. വേറെ ഓരോ ഓഫീസിലും ഇല്ല. വേറെ ഒരു MP വീട്ടിൽ പോയാലില്ല. ഇപ്പം മന്ത്രിയാണോ MP ആണോ എന്നുള്ളതല്ല പ്രശ്നം. എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കും പരിഹാരം ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ മുന്നോട്ട് വരുന്ന ഒരാളാണ്. ഇപ്പം വന്ന് തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഒരു പഴയ സുഹൃത്തിന്റെ ഒരു വിവാഹം ആ വീട്ടിലുണ്ടായ സന്തോഷം കാര്യം അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ വന്നു. എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം എന്റെ ദുഃഖത്തിലും സങ്കടത്തിലും ഒരുപോലെ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിയാണ്. എന്റെ ഭാര്യ മരിച്ച് ഞാൻ ഡൽഹിയിൽ നിന്ന് അന്ന് രാവിലെ പറന്നു വന്നു. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഞാൻ പറയാം, അങ്ങനെ ഉള്ള ഒരാളാണ്. പിന്നെ ദേവദാസൻ നായരെ കുറിച്ച് ഒരുപാട് അദ്ദേഹം
നമുക്ക് 5 minutes ആണ്. Just 5 minutes. Please short your speech. And next I would like to invite Jose Abraham, is our vibrant former General Secretary. Please give a short message.
Thank you, sir. Very respected our chief guest, Professor P.J.Kurian, former Deputy Chair of Rajya Sabha, and Mohinder Ji, who is the current president of IOC, Devdas Nair sir, and National Vice Chair and former President of IOC, P.J.Kurian, our own former Vice Secretary Chairperson Thomas Tuman, who can lead this, co-important. I would like to congratulate all of the members who are present here from the media and regular workers of International Congress. I think it's International Overseas Congress, right? Or International Congress. IOC, Indian Overseas Congress. The very outset, I would like to congratulate Ms. Leela Maret, who became the President of Kerala chapter, and all other her cronies, all other her crew, who became the leaders of Kerala chapter. Basically, we are talking about a party which was invented back in 1885, who ruled the post-India for more than 45 years, currently, which doesn't have an opposition status in Indian parliament. Is that a shame? How it happened? We were talking about many reasons. Mohendraji said we need more leaders, and the other person said the status quo has not been maintained. But I believe our own president of Indian National Congress has lost his home constituency. What is the reason for that? And we, as the Overseas Congress, we have a lot of responsibilities to do to the International Congress back in India. I don't know whether you can imagine that the faction of the overseas faction of Bharatiya Janata Party, 2 times they have controlled the entire social media of BJP, and they won the elections. So as the overseas faction of Indian Overseas Congress, what we can do to motivate the International Congress of India? Have you ever asked any member of parliaments that how many times, what is your attendance rate? Maybe you know that. You know the national attendance rate of last Lok Sabha is 80% national average. But our own President Rahul Gandhi's national average is 50%, 52. And Sonia Ji, 60. He has not even asked any questions in the last Lok Sabha. Why? That's a disaster for our leaders. So I think we have to do a performance evaluation of our own member of parliaments who have gone to the parliament. How many questions you have raised in the parliament? How many bills you have introduced? How many debates you attended? Do we have the courage to ask that? I don't know. Everybody is boasting about Kerala. We got 19 out of 20. But in the national level, we lost everything. We didn't even have an opposite status. We bring leaders here. We get the photo with the leaders here. But do we ask them, what are you doing in the parliament? So, I think, no, this is just, I'm not criticizing everybody. This is just a pain of a former youth Congress worker. I'm not saying I'm not a leader, but I'm just a worker. So we need, as Mohendraji said, we don't need more leaders. We need a few leaders who can inspire the grassroots followers of our own people. That's what we need. So, I think we need more people to work hard to get the status quo be maintained, as you mentioned. Thank you very much for the opportunity to represent in the name on behalf of FOMA, and we congratulate once again Leela Maret and all the rest of his team. Thank you very much.
Again, I kindly request you please.
P.J.Kurian sir, Moyendraji, Leela Maret, and I want to congratulate Leela for the new president of the Kerala chapter. You know, Leela working hard, the Kerala chapter doing very good now work. I want to congratulate again. Thank you.
सबसे पहले केरला चैप्टर के इस फंक्शन में मुझे आने का मौका दिया गया, थैंक्स टू ऑल। और सबसे पहले मैं कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन करना चाहता हूँ मैडम लीला जी, जो टेक ओवर कर रहे हैं आज इस केरला के आईओसी के फंक्शन को, और कुरियन साहब जो चीफ गेस्ट हैं हमारे, इनको भी इनके बारे में भी बताया गया बहुत सारा। मैं पंजाब से हूँ। साहब विंदर सिंह जी ने काफ़ी कुछ पंजाब के बारे में और केरला के बारे में बताया है।
Before I get into my job, which is to introduce our chief guest, Kurian Saab, I want to invite Mr. Rajeshwar Reddy, President of Telangana chapter, and Mr. Satish Sharma, Chairman of Punjab chapter. Please come. And also, there is a Jaya here from Tamil Nadu chapter. Jaya Sundaram. Sheila. Just come and just half a minute. Just to convey, we are running out of time.
Good evening, our IUC family. Thank you very much for calling me on the stage. First of all, our chief guest, Professor Kurian Saab, very distinguished senior leader from India, and our national team, our national president, Mahendra Singh Ji Giljian, George Abraham Ji, our backbone of our Congress overseas, Harbhajan Ji, and all distinguished leaders. I am here just to congratulate Leela Ji, who is working tirelessly for Congress. Thank you so much, and I am also welcoming all Kerala people came from different parts to give big hands, join hands with Leela Ji so that we can improve our Congress and win in the whole country in 2024. Thank you, Leela.
Rajeshwar Reddy from President of Telangana chapter.
Honorable P.J.Kurian ji, our beloved friend Nayar ji, our President P.J.Kurian, our Chairman, Vice Chairman George Abraham ji, or Leela Maret ji. Leela Maret, I want to give you 100% of your hard work for IUC. I want to congratulate you bringing Sir Kurian ji to coming to this event. I want to speak few things. Congress party behind is only South India. When Indira Gandhi lost elections, she ran from Medak, from Telangana. Then Sonia Gandhi came into power, she ran from Karnataka, Bellary. Now Rahul Gandhi ji came to Wayanadu. You gave thumping majority for him. All 20 seats you won. I want to congratulate all Kerala chapter, Kerala people. This is a victory for South India, Kerala, for Congress party. Rahul Gandhi's strength, victory. Next elections, we are the one. In Telangana, we lost elections. I was in the elections, Mohandas, I was in MLA elections, MP elections. Even though we lost MLA elections, MP elections, there is a contest, we put a candidate out of total members, 3 Reddys won. Reddy means a power in Telangana or Andhra. But Sonia Gandhi know very well, Indira Gandhi know very well because Indira Gandhi never split the Telangana Andhra. But end of the day, what I am saying is, South India, we want to protect the democracy of India. Right now, what country is going? Right now, Jumla, this is not right way because we have South India, we have our own freedom. When you have Kerala, you can speak your language. In Telugu, I speak my language. Karnataka, I speak language. I studied in Bangalore. I have a lot of commonality. But at the end of the day, you can impose. You do this, you do this. Kerala people showed a strength to the democracy, winning the Rahul Gandhi, not only that, the maximum seats. Same thing in Telangana. But let me tell you one thing. Next elections, it's democracy versus feudalism, fascism. And I want to request everybody here.
I just want a few words before our chief guest, Kurian sir, speaks. First of all, I want to welcome all of you, taking your time out on a weekday, especially on a weeknight to come here. And the purpose is very clear here. We want to congratulate Leela Maret for her accomplishment as becoming the president of Kerala chapter of Indian Overseas Congress. That's number one. Number two is, of course, to celebrate the huge victory Congress had in Kerala state. So these are the two reasons why we have come together. And we are just privileged to have Kurian sir as our chief guest here today. He happened to visit here in relation with one of his friends' daughter, son's wedding. So we were able to ask him to, of course, grace this occasion today, especially as we are installing Leela. Looking forward to a great year of work in building up Kerala chapter here. First of all, I really would like to also say that we are privileged to have Mr. Devdas and our honorable council is here. He has been a great council for all of us, for all Indians here, our diaspora here. But in particular, let me say, for the Kerala community. As Chakotin here said, yes, often we miss a Malayalam voice in consulate, and he has filled that role more than anything else. Always was there when we needed him. We will truly miss him when he leaves. So we wish you all the best in the days ahead, and we thank you, sir, for all your services. And then we have I have to address yes, Mr. Matthew, of course, has always been helpful, assisting Mr. Devdas and I, and we are indeed grateful to you as well for all your help, and we will continue to rely on you as well, as our go-between or our ambassador. Yeah. Thank you. Well, we are here today, of course, getting together here, talking about Kerala chapter. Many people ask me, what is the relevance of Indian Overseas Congress here? Why we are here already in America. We should really act like Americans. We should really try to be part of the culture here. Why we are really wasting time over the politics in Kerala? But let me ask you something. When you are not working, maybe between 9 and 9 to 5 p.m. or your other allotted time in your workplace, what else you do? Either you are attending, of course, your family functions, most of your relatives may be from Kerala, or you are attending church service on Sunday, or you are attending cultural programs. After all, we all have created a Kerala or a Punjab or whatever right here. That is really the characteristic of anywhere. Here we have immigrants who have come and made it their home. But at the same time, they also upheld their identity and their culture while respecting the American culture. Of course, giving credit for the opportunities and the privileges they have here in the society. That's what has happened. So, but at the same time, let me tell you, we do have a responsibility to the motherland. What is happening in India today cannot be ignored. What is happening there, of course, is really an assault on the democracy in which we were born and we were brought up. We just we were fortunate to be born in a democratic society and migrated to a democratic society. But what is happening now to the soul of India? The soul of India is under attack. The very idea of India, the Nehruvian vision of India, an inclusive society which is the dream of the founding fathers of our nation, that is under attack. Every day, as you see in the reports, the fascism is creeping in. People are being threatened even for expressing their opinions. Institutions are under attack. Even the Supreme Court, even the law enforcement system is being weaponized by the government and using against opponents. And this is the situation that has been happening. In this environment, we thought that Congress Party really had a great chance of coming back because we thought people would realize what has happened in the last 5 years. But instead, they got more seats than in 2014. So there is something wrong with that picture. I do not want to go into that because I don't have time because we want to hear Professor Kurian. But let me say a couple of things about Professor Kurian. Just like Chairman said here, he distinguished himself as the Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. We all felt proud when he was sitting in that chair and controlling some type of ruckus there in that well there, where the supposedly great members of parliament acting like schoolboys. And he was stern in imposing discipline and running that place in an orderly manner to accomplish this. And as a Malayali, I felt very proud of him. But look, what can we say? Malayalis have a crab syndrome. Okay? When we see some people really at the top, we really want to put them down. And I do not want to go into the details of it, but I can tell you what really has happened to Kurian sir is really not something that can make us Malayalis proud. The group politics in Kerala really sometimes playing to a point where it is self-destructive. But anyway, Kurian sir is here, and we are really thankful for the great service and he has rendered to the nation. And in New Delhi, I know everyone respects him. Wherever I go, regardless of the party, regardless of any other affiliations, people respect him. I have seen that the other day when we visited the PMI Permanent Mission of India, he was highly respected by all of them. One more thing, just like Chakajan said, when I visited him at his home, one thing I have seen, he's a no-nonsense politician. When people come in line up to seek his help, he would say, what is the problem? If he can do it, he will say, let me try. And how he does it? I have seen him picking up the phone immediately and calling those people whom those problems have to be addressed. And if it cannot be resolved, he will tell them as it is. So we really don't have too many of the politicians like Professor Kurian. One more thing, you're writing a letter, you will send your reply. How many of them ex-officio they do? I mean, very honestly, I don't hear from very many politicians. Many of the articles I have written here, when they send it to them, it really goes to the black hole. They wouldn't even, I really don't doubt that they are better. It looks like they are all in self-alone. I think our culture has to change. The contest culture has to change. We need to have new blood. We need to have new energy. When only we will be able to foster this impending takeover by the fascist forces. Once again, I really want to thank all of you for coming today. And it's indeed our privilege to see that Leela Maret is installed as a president, and she has if I say she has a great tradition, I would say she has the Congress blood which is running in her veins. Her father was a reputed leader of the Congress Party, who really hosted people like Vaya Ravi and A.K. Anthony at his place and grouped them up to become the leader. So she's really from the Congress background. We are expecting her to do great things. And we have Mr. Mohinder Singh and Mr. Harbhajan Singh, our President and Secretary General, who are doing a wonderful job. They are doing their best to advance the cause. You may wonder what our Congress can do. We can influence policies here. One of our tasks is, of course, to influence policies here that will be favorable to India. But at the same time, at this point in time, as BJP and RSS bodies are getting very, very powerful in this country, we also have a job to make this nation conscious of the impending danger to our democratic relationship in India. So once again, I want to thank you all, and I want to invite Professor Kurian sir to come and really give us his input, his reflections, and his ideas, and his advice to all of us. Thank you.
Well,
Sri Mohammed Singh, Sri Hartajan Singh, Sri Devadas Nayak, और Kerala chapter president Mrs. Leela Maret, Sri George Abraham, Sri Chakocha, Sri Karalapalli, Sri Nasir, Sri P.J.Kurian, then yes, Sri Dos Sakeda, Rama, then Sri Nasir as I said, Saji, very Saji. Saji was a Saji, and George Joseph was there, must be here. Yes, pretty said already, Joseph, then I think the news from the media, Saji and Mataputi, I think I don't remember. Leela Maret was able to remember every name I need mention. So whatever I have left, she has said. So my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, see, it's a great pleasure for me to participate in this two-in-one function that George Abraham said. First, we are celebrating we are installing and congratulating Mrs. Leela Maret. Then we are celebrating the victory of Congress Party in Kerala. I don't know whether there is anything to celebrate there. When you have such a, such a big failure in the national scene, to what extent we can celebrate Kerala, I don't know. Anyhow, India is a federal structure and therefore each state is important. So we have a very right to celebrate the victory of Kerala. So I will certainly congratulate your contribution in helping the Kerala MPs to Kerala party to win 19 out of 26. Then I would like to congratulate Srimati Leela Maret, who has become the president of the Kerala chapter of Indian Overseas Congress. Well, actually, Leela Maret said that I stayed with her father-in-law for about 1 week. More than that, much before that, you should know that your father was a good friend of mine. He was running a college there. In those days, it was called Tutorial College, where we teach students pre-degree, BSc, BA, etc. And I visited that. Thomas was my good friend. I was DCC treasurer. Then he was the executive director DCC. And every meeting he used to come. And he was not a leader as many others. He was a leader who asked questions and criticized. Who asked questions and criticized the leadership. No. Therefore, for your information, your father was a good friend of mine. And you will know that. He's a good friend of mine. Now, then when I came, it was the first time, I think in 82, I went and stayed with her. And then I came on a delegation, Government of India delegation. Of course, the embassies are booked the room for me in the hotel. But I went to Umachan's house, being he's from my place, Provatan, and Maret family is a Congress family, and also my brother suggested to go there. Then Umachan compelled me, no, you have to stay here. Umachan means the father-in-law compelled me to stay here. So I stayed there, and I have never forgotten that. That is a very impressive thing. Now, so I congratulate Leela that I am sure you are able to, because you have a Congress background, you already said Congress background, and you can be a very successful president of the Kerala chapter of IOC. My best wishes, congratulations. Now, so many things were said here. Well, Mohinder Singh said an important thing that I fully agree. Some good suggestions came here. One is that regional leadership should be strengthened. That is why we had a good result in Punjab. Then also in Kerala also there are good regional leaders. That's why we have good result in Kerala. So his suggestion that religion is strengthened. It is very important because India is a federalist country. So in federal structure, religion leaders have greater importance. But unfortunately, I would confess, or you might think I am criticizing also to some extent, that the Congress party has not tried to strengthen the regional leaders. That is one of the reasons for this debate. So this suggestion is important. I will certainly convey that I convey to the leadership. Number two, Arvind Singh said, yes, very correct. Same people, same old face, same old ways, then result will be the same. That's what he said. If you want same result, if you want good result, you have to change the faces. Fully agree. And Rahul Gandhi himself had said this, because after compulsion you have to perhaps agree for many candidates who were not listening to the people, perhaps. But then Rahul Gandhi could not effect that change, which he wanted. He tried, but he could not succeed. But yes, your suggestion is good, I will convey that also. Then third is also very good. Jose, our former General Secretary, or Secretary, or whatever it may be, he has made a good suggestion. Yes, I fully agree. We should ask questions, we should criticize, and we should advise. In Congress party, we are not doing it. We are not criticizing. We are not asking questions. I'll tell you, today someone told me here, after I came here, when I was taking coffee, I was told that Rahul Gandhi actually was a new, then he came to politics, quite new. When he contested Parliament for becoming the Prime Minister, then also he knew because he had no administrative experience. So people thought that. But nobody in the party was told him. I went and told him once, you should become a minister. When Manmohan Singh invited him to be a minister in his cabinet, he refused to. I went and told Rahulji, no, you are wrong. You are wrong. You should accept it. Because when you contest the election to become the Prime Minister of this country, people should see you as an experienced administrator. And this was one of the reasons. When people compared Modi with Rahulji, see, other people do not know politics. First of all, we should know that out of the 130 million crores of the people, how many people have politics? All those people, majority of people who do not know politics, they consider so many other factors. One of the factors is this, who is Modi? Experience? Who is not experienced? So these external, extra political factors. What Abraham has currently said, see, secularism, that is the basic foundation of our nation, is under threat. Our inclusiveness, the idea of inclusive India is under threat. Some people say democracy is also under threat. I don't dare to say that here. But some people say that. Some people also are saying that the trace means there is signal or signs of some kind of fascism also. But I don't dare to say it here because that is all. But one thing is sure, secularism, the idea of secularism is under threat. The idea of inclusive India, that is also under threat. And in this election, Modi could mobilize the people who have no politics. Although those who are having politics or who are depending on some political ideology, whether left, whether Congress, whether... See, they all stood in their own positions. But Modi could naturally, because of his, not only because of oratory, because he used certain ways, or he touched certain subjects which are emotional, which are sensitive to the people. And majority of the people do not have politics. They were all carried away by that. Carried away by that. The reason is that those majority who are carried away, or whatever may be the percentage of people who are not carried away, they are not politically minded people. Where we failed is that we could not address them. When we say, for example, when we say Rafael, an ordinary man is not bothered. Or when even secularism, all are not bothered. What is secularism? So, these are all political terminologies. But what is needed is come out of the political terminologies, go to the people, understand their problem, try to solve it. Their Congress failed. Their Congress failed. Rightly, Harbhajanji said, I think, there are so many Congress leaders, they sit in Delhi, I am secretary, I am this, I am that, I am sitting. They have no grassroots touch.
Yes.
They have no grassroots touch. And this is a correction needed. These leaders, instead of staying in Delhi, they should go to their states. They should go to their districts. They should talk to the people. They should attend to the problems of the people. Then I have no doubt Congress can come back. Congress can come back. When Indira Gandhi was launched, what should he do? Instead of sitting in Delhi, she started touring. She went to the people. Unfortunately, in the last election, only one person, or last election or last 5 years, only one person did it, Rahul Gandhi. He tried it, but one person, however big is, he cannot solve all the problems. Others, so many others, who could have gone, who could have helped him, who could have visited this. Say for example, I am telling you, Kerala, we have Kerala leaders. That's a different. Kerala leaders means they are more, political, not only more political, they go to the people, they go to the grassroots level. But if you take other states, it's not like that. So this is another problem. If Congress, yes, today, the same Congress leaders, the same people, if they decide to go to the people, instead of sitting in Delhi and using the words, jugglery of words, or jargons, secularism, inclusiveness, then what, fascism, all these are common man. Ordinary man is not bothered about this. Who is bothered? Even in Kerala, this is a fascism. People will know what is fascism. So it's not that. Go to the people. Understand their problem. That is to be done. In each state, there are people say, you go to Nagpur side, the Maharashtra, they don't have water. No water. In Tamil Nadu, the problem of water, local problems. So Congress has to go to the people, go to the grassroots level. For that, if the leaders are ready for that, there is nothing to worry about if that is done. I tell you, in 1977, we lost all the seats in North India. 1977, after emergency. Indira Gandhi, the most powerful prime minister, also lost. But after 3 or 4 years, the whole north she could capture. Therefore, well, this defeat, yes, it's a big defeat, it's a debacle, no doubt about it, but we should not lose confidence. What we should decide is, we should decide, determine to go to the people, work for the people and come back. And it's a democracy. In a democracy, success and failure are natural. Sometimes you may succeed, sometimes you may lose. If at a defeat, if you are disappointed, then you cannot be a leader. A defeat means you should take as a first step, as a prelude to success. Defeat can always be there, but we should not be disappointed. There I disagree with Rahul Gandhi. I disagree with Rahul Gandhi because yes, there is a defeat, but that defeat means you should say, no, I leave this. No, defeat should be, you should take a defeat as a challenge. Challenge, go forward. Find out what are the defects, what are the lapses in the election campaign. What were all the lapses? Yes, people say like EVM. We cannot, without proof we cannot. There is no proof for that. But maybe some other way. Yes, I fully agree. The result is unbelievable. Because, well, 6 months before, in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, in Chhattisgarh, whole week we were elected. And in Chhattisgarh we got elected with a big majority. Now how can that after 6 months no seat? Unbelievable, I can say. Unbelievable. The reason has to be probed, no doubt about it. The reason has to be probed. But this is not a time to get disheartened or disappointed. But instead, this is a time to take determination, new pledge, and go forward and establish the democratic procedure in the country. Yes, this is a great responsibility of the Congress Party. Whose responsibility is to protect the Constitution? Whose responsibility is to protect secular values? Whose responsibility is to protect inclusive values? It is the responsibility of the Congress. It is not the responsibility of the BJP, because their ideas are different. And you are saying, or we are saying, oh, they are not secular. Why should they be secular? Their very idea is, their very philosophy is not secular. They want a particular way of governance in the country, way of life in the country, which I would say a theocratic state. Do you agree with me? They have openly said it. They have made it very clear. Their leaders, on many occasions, they have openly said their aim is to have a religion like Pakistan. Many of the English told me, look at Pakistan, that is a theocratic state. Then why not India? Why not India? And why should others worry about that? In Pakistan also there are Hindus. In Pakistan also there are, thank you. In Pakistan also there are Christians. Why do you worry? They asked me, told me, even if India becomes a theocratic state, why do you worry? Pakistan is a theocratic state. There are Hindus in Pakistan. There are Muslims there are Christians in Pakistan. In fact, in Pakistan there is a Christian minister also. You know that. So why do you worry? Means they are openly canvassing. Their very ideology is to establish a theocratic state. And if BJP has 2/3 majority, maybe they will amend the constitution also accordingly. They can do that. if they have a two-third majority. Nothing prevents them from doing that. Maybe after amendment the Supreme Court may stand in the way. That's a different matter. Therefore, we should not expect them to protect secularism. It is only our job. That means our responsibility is much more greater. It is not just the responsibility of an opposition party. Opposition party means criticize the government, point out their lapses, correct the government. That is the responsibility of opposition party. Now our responsibility is more than that. That is, our responsibility is to see that secularism is protected. India, as Mr. George Ebra said, the idea of India or the spirit of India, the idea of India, the spirit of India, that is secular, where all are equal. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, all are equal. That very idea is to be protected. Therefore, today the position is that Congress has a greater responsibility. Nobody should run away at this point of time. Rather, this is a time when everybody should decide and determine, take pledge to be more active, to work in a better way for the future of the party and for the future of the country. In that, I have no doubt overseas Indians can do a lot. You can give direction, you can advise. As it has already been said here, the BJP overseas, their overseas cell have contributed a lot in the election. Not only, especially in the social media, they were managing the social media. Correct, I have heard, and they have helped a lot. Not only finance. Finance is not the point. It is not a financial help. More than that, in other matters, especially I am telling you, BJP used the social media 100 times better than us. You know that, and it has result. Therefore, that is one area. And now Sam Petroda is the president. He is a man of technology. He is a man of technology. I think this matter should be discussed. Your responsibility to discuss and study how we can help Congress party in getting rejuvenated. How we can help. Discuss, find out, and then do that. You can do a lot. I have no doubt about it. You can do a lot. And then, along with that, all leaders in the Congress, from the grassroots level to the top, should go to the people. Don't sit in Delhi. Sitting in Delhi, this meeting, that meeting, this cut. It's all nonsense, I told them. Yes? It's all. See, I'll tell you, I am sorry. Rahul Gandhi, in the campaign, said so many things. If all the leaders in Delhi had gone to their states and said it to their people repeatedly, result would have been different. Result would have been different. But then, nobody did it. Nobody did it. Kerala result is because of other reasons. You don't know. But the point is, see, nobody, they should not go. See, leaders should have said it again and again. In that, then it will reverberate in the press, then it will be published, it will come and again. It will go into the minds of the people. That didn't happen. Therefore, I don't want to take more of your time. Therefore, it is our joint responsibility to bring back the party. I'm not saying bring back the Congress party. That is not the real. Even if Congress party doesn't rule, heaven will not fall. Heaven will not fall. But what is important is to protect the secular credentials of the country. What is important is to protect the constitution or the country. What is important is to protect the idea of India, the very idea of India. That is more important for me. Even if Congress party is not ruling, nothing will happen. But these three are really under threat. Really under threat. Therefore, let us work with this higher aim. For that, I would certainly request you also, or you are already there. I will certainly plead your greater cooperation to the party there. Let us work together for a good future for the nation. And once I thank all of you for inviting me to this function, especially the Kerala chapter of IOC, and I also thank George Abraham and others, and for the good words, Harbhajan Singh and Mohinder Singh and others, for the good words spoken about me. I also thank for the reception really you have given to me. With this word, I conclude. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, former Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Professor Kurian sir, the International Vice Chairman of Indian Overseas Congress, George Abraham, the President of Indian Overseas Congress in North America, Mohinder ji, General Secretary Harbhajan ji, the new President of the Kerala chapter, Leela Maret, and also our sister organizations chairpersons, Tejinder Singh, Jaswin, Rajeshwar, okay, and also our distinguished leaders of the Kerala community, Paul Kargapalli, former General Secretary George Abraham, and several of you, our dearest General Secretary Nasirji, Saji Karpinur all the way from Florida, and many of my the media friends, George Joseph, Koshi, our Cash, the leader of the India Day Parade here in Hillside Avenue, and all my close friends. It's a great privilege to be here as chairman of the Kerala chapter. My responsibility is to propose the vote of thanks. Before that, I would like to touch base with a couple of things. The recent success in Kerala is certainly a grand success, but like they say in medical field, the operation was successful, but the patient perished. In India, Congress could not be successful because of many reasons. In Kerala, Congress could be did win almost all the seats except the seats where our President Leela Maret come from. It's only job Alapura. All the other seats we were able to be successful because of, I think the main reason being the support of the minority community in Kerala. It's so vivid. Nobody wants to touch that. The support of the Christian community and the support of the Muslim community and bloc support given to Indian National Congress and the UDF resulted in that huge victory. That did not happen in west of India except in Punjab. Like Mohinder Singh ji said, Punjab has always been pro-Congress, particularly under the leadership of our CM Captain Ji. We need to find more captains in the regions in India. That's what Mohinder ji said. And also, we have to express our appreciation and support for those who traditionally support Congress. I don't want to elaborate. My point is, learn from our mistakes, learn from history, and don't repeat the past mistakes. Name earlier because I want to express our sincere appreciation, our gratitude to Devadas Nanaji for all the support he has given to the Kerala community, to the Indian community. And I do want to wish him all the success in your future endeavors. He has been so great. Earlier he mentioned that I used to bother him at least twice a week. So he didn't get any calls from me, or at times he get calls from others saying, Mr. told me to call you. So I shared his confidential cell phone number to many of my friends here in North America, and they have been successful. He did go out of his way and help many people, including Mohinder ji, I know. So thank you sir. We will miss you, sir. And I have to say again, we will miss you. At this time, I want to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, former Professor P.J.Kurian sir, for coming here as the honored guest. Thank you, sir. This is the second time I am attending the meeting on you. The last time we had in Flushing. And also, I would like to express our sincere thanks on behalf of the Kerala chapter to many of you. Let me start from this corner. Paul Kargapalli, T.S. Chako, Jose Abraham. I don't want to say thank you to the president because she is part of the and Nasir ji and Mohinder ji, Harbhajan ji, Sajeev from there, Chirian, Koshi, George Joseph from Imalayali, Shaji is here, Kairi TV, and Madhupati, our favorite person, our newfound favorite person in the Indian consulate, Madhupati. So don't share your cell phone number. Everybody will be calling you. So hopefully we will get more people like Devadas Nanaji in the consulate. And Saji came all the way from Florida. Thank you, sir. And our vice chairman's wife, Lona, is here. Thank you. Malnisha was here earlier. And many of Leela Maret's family members are here. The president of Limca, Vice President Ranjit Singh ji, thank you for coming. Boban Thotam from Limca President, the president of Malayali Association, and many other Kerala associations are here. Mr. Panikar, thank you all.
दुपट्टा अरे लाल दुपट्टा उड़ गया रे तेरा हवा के झोंके से लाल दुपट्टा उड़ गया रे तेरा हवा के झोंके से तुझको पिया ने देख लिया हाय रे धोखे से मनक तुझे दिल देगा वो मगर अपनी जान देगा वो मनक तुझे दिल देगा वो मगर अपनी जान देगा वो जाना कुछ ऐसा जादू छा गया, मेरे चांद को देख कर चांद भी शर्मा गया।
मुझे शर्म सी आए, मेरा दिल घबराए,
अरे अब बाहों में चूक न जाए ऐसे मौके से, तुझको पिया ने देख लिया हाय रे धोखे से। माना तो तुझे दिल देगा वो, मगर अपनी जान देगा वो।
माना कि मुझे दिल देगा वो, मगर मेरी जान लेगा वो।